Safety for the camping industry is of the highest of priorities, and it has to be.
I think as a parent myself, I recognize the immense leap of faith that a family must take to send their kid either away for a day or away for a week or more to put their care in someone else's hands. I recognize that.
Anytime that people are entrusting you with their children, it is a huge responsibility, and I think most camp directors, I hope all camp directors, accept that responsibility and understand the importance of that.
Camping has very high standards of not only certifications, but in terms of behavior. So if you're going to enjoy this activity, here's what you need.
Camps from around the world look to what Ontario is doing many times to establish protocols and to establish safety elements and to establish how they're going to run their programs.
Very often the medical services that are available, the training that counselors have received, just generally the supervision that is out and about, watching what is happening and interacting with your kids is far greater than in most venues where kids are at any other part of their life.
A risk management assessment has been done to find out where things could go wrong and address those issues from the get-go. So that might involve changing program, changing location, certainly around the training of staff, which is paramount to the safety of the kids.
The greatest joys I get from being a camp director is knowing that I've prepared my staff so I can sit back and watch them do the things that I want this experience to be, not only for them, but for the campers they're responsible for.
Of course, it requires people to have skills, qualifications.
When it comes to specific training, as it has to do with anything around the water or other activities, camp counselors, spend a lot of time learning how to teach, learning how to be safe.
It's the things for which you plan that usually don't happen. And the reason for that is that people know what to do, and if you know what to do when the accident occurs, then you probably, well, I say undoubtedly, will act to prevent it.
And ensuring that you have the right protocols and policies in place that if there is an accident, that the right staff are there to ensure that the impact is minimized.
The key is that all staff, no matter what they do, are required to have that first aid certification. Camp is a safe place for children to grow.
Not only safety in a physical sense, but safety in an emotional sense, safety in a risk-taking sense. And by risk-taking, I mean try something new.
The parents, if a child is not acting the way that the parents said their character was when they wrote us or when we talked to them, if we see that they said the child was very outgoing and jovial, but at camp seems very quiet and secluded, we call the parents and say, this is what we're witnessing, is this natural behavior. Oh, well, that's what she's like for the first 3 days. But the parents are so relieved to hear that. So we try to keep in communication with the parents so they don't have to keep in communication with the campers.
Just I think for parents with children with special needs, where it's often very difficult to find respite care, the camps that deal with those kinds of children frequently provide a very safe environment for the child, where the child is with other children who have disabilities, where the child learns to be more independent in their own self-care, to be more of a self-advocate. And I think that's a wonderful opportunity, and I really encourage parents who have children with disabilities or special needs to try and find a place that they feel they can trust with their child.
Families where the parents have had a camp experience and for whatever reason are reluctant, I think parents need to really highlight the great qualities and memories that they've had that have put them where they are today. And I think in more times than not, I've encountered families that have just wonderful memories of camp, and their motivation is that they want their kids to have that same experience. I would encourage families to do whatever they can to develop the confidence that they're making the best decision for their child.